Broadcasting worldwide. Basketball talk that does not miss. The Others Podcast, where team is rewarded and others get their due respect.
Hey, we here for another episode. This is the Others Basketball Podcast. I'm here with my brothers, Freddie Q, my boy Rios. We broke down the Eastern Conference a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I probably had the best take. So if you want to listen to some more of my shit, just keep on to the end. But they had some excellent takes as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. If you want to subscribe and follow the other podcasts just because of me, I understand.
Yeah, I understand. You know what I'm saying? If you like Fred, go follow him too. It's all good, man. But we gonna get it. Hey, how y'all doing today first, man? What's going on? How was the weekend and all that good shit?
Hey, man, life is good, man.
Yeah, life is good, man. I'm a blessed man. I can't complain, and it wouldn't do any good, too. Nobody gives a damn.
Nobody want to get that shit.
Nobody want to get that. So life is gravy, baby.
Babies are fed. You know, home is good. And, ain't got no complaints, man. And we got some some preseason games kicking off. And, yeah, man, we got some action. We got a little bit of action to talk about.
You know, did y'all see anything that caught your eye?
I saw Brunson is going to be the decision maker in the floor general in New York. So that's looking promising. The ball's out of Randall's hand a lot. That's just the first preseason game, but they look like a whole better team with him, man. I might be wrong, but I doubt it.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to see what Brunson do for real. I'm excited to see what's going on with New York.
Yeah, we talked big about New York last week and what the impact Brunson could have. And in order for them to make a run, you know, he's got to play at all-star level to get him a chance. And he's showing, at least in the preseason game, he can do that. But, you know,
in that first half.
he showed over a season last year that he could do it.
Yeah, he did.
He did. You know, they only go get, about 15 minutes. Maybe that last little preseason game, they play a little bit more. But
he plays for Tibbs, so it might be 30 minutes tonight for that guy.
Tibbs might run him into the ground early in the preseason game.
But that's the East. That's the East. What you was about to say, man, about the West? Yeah.
And so we came here to discuss the West. Fred, when you think about the Western Conference, what are some things you're looking at as far as players or teams?
So much, man, that I'm excited. Like, you got Zion. I want to see what the Pelicans do. I want to see the growth in Memphis. I want to see how they do. I'm honestly really excited about Minnesota. I want to see what they're going to do. I love when, I guess, sorry teams become good all of a sudden. I want to see if they can handle it, if they're really as good as they think they are.
Yeah, same with me, man. I'm kind of like, you said it, the first team you mentioned, New Orleans Pelicans. Like, I'm extremely excited to watch them play this year. The way they played last year in the playoffs, you know, minus Zion, you know, you got a lot to be excited about with that group. You got, you know, the Clippers, you got Kawhi coming back and seeing if you can, you know, return to his former self. You got Damian Lillard coming back and he returned to his former self. So you got, you know, a few guys who kind of been stashed away for a minute, you know, coming back to the league this year and expected to play at an all-star level. And we're curious to see how that plays out.
Yeah, you know, I share those same sentiment. You know, of course, I'm excited. You know, I always tell people I'm top heavy. Y'all know I like the greats. So, you know, the Steph Currys, the Bruns. I'm real interested to see what Kawhi can do. I actually think if Kawhi can fuck around and bring the Clippers a chip, I think he can put himself as probably the third best guy of this kind of Brun generation. And I'm thinking Brun, Steph Curry, then Kawhi Leonard.
But he's not going to do that. So, yeah.
He
shit ain't happening.
He's third.
Shit. Did he say championship for the Clippers? That shit ain't happening. But it sounds good.
It sounds good.
My nigga went and brought the Raptors a motherfucking chip.
That was a different team.
That's a different team. Not the Clippers, man. You don't know the jokes, huh?
Luka probably the most exciting player in the league, for real.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited to see what he can do. Can he go to a finals this year? I wouldn't be shocked if he did. You know, I really wouldn't, because I believe in, if you got a guy who's like the best guy and he's smart and he used to winning and he want to win and he a dog. We was talking about dogs last week a lot. Luka is a fucking dog.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say that a lot of that for later on. But those are some of the storylines that Ja Morant, you know, what can he do? Can he be the best or the second best point guard in the West? I wouldn't be shocked. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm excited about a lot of that stuff. And I'm excited about Minnesota. I like the Rudy Gobert ad. And so I think they should be able to. They made the playoffs just last year. Yeah, they made the playoffs. They fought good, and so
they gave Memphis a hard little run. That was a good. That was one of the most exciting series to me. But that was a good series. That
Anthony
Minnesota
Edwards,
series.
of course Zion. Can he give you 65 games? Zion give you 65 games, 70 games. New Orleans dangerous. So I like, those are some of the things I'm looking forward to. But if y'all want to go right in, Roy.
Yeah. Let's get to the nitty gritty, man. So, we're going to start off with the Southwest Division in the Western Conference and breaking down this division. And, we're going to start with the bottom team, or at least what I think is going to be the bottom team in this division, which I think is an easy pick for the most part. And that's going to be the Houston Rockets. I mean, our podcast is called The Others, and their team is basically a collection of others. Jayshawn Tate showed some things last year, established himself as, a heavy rotation guy, starter. But I really want to see what the young fella out of Auburn does, man. I'm excited about his game, excited about what he brings to the table, his ability to shoot the ball. Had a really good preseason game. He's a guy that can knock down shots, play the face-up forward position. We're talking about Jabari Smith here, obviously. And I'm curious to see how his game materializes in the league, because he's built like a 3. He's as tall as a 4. I mean, he's not really an isolation, player, but a really good shooter, but, very, skinny as hell. And can he compete, with them grown men in the league every night? So I'm curious to see how they utilize him. I think their go-to player this year is going to be the young fella Green, Jalen Green, from the G League. Had a great year last year as a rookie, and he's going to be expected to be their leading scorer, I would think, at that 2-guard position and average right around 20 points a game and try to develop into a leader of that team. So I'm curious to see if he can make that next step in his progression because they need that from him. I mean, he's an unbelievable talent. The kid can really create off the bounce. He's a great isolation player. He's athletic as hell. I mean, he's really a walking highlight reel, but I want to see if he can really piece it together every single game and give them a chance to be competitive.
Like 30 points the last month of the season.
Yeah, he went out, blazing,
Like he was hooping.
Yeah, he went out guns blazing last year. So, I'm really curious to see what this kid does this year and if he can take that next step and play at close to an all-star level. Obviously, he's got to start doing some more intangibles because 3 rebounds, 2 assists ain't getting that shit done in the NBA. But you can see he had decent percentages, but you got to put the ball in the hole. So I'm really curious to see if he can carry that load. A kid that I really like that's the other that I saw in the G League for them, Josh Christopher. He balled out. He balled out in the summer league this year for them. I think he's going to compete for starting minutes. As kind of a combo guard, play some 1, play some 2, play some 3. And they got some young pieces there with a collection of, young talent. And it's going to be about the strongest surviving, which one of these guys are going to establish themselves as a go-to guy and who's going to kind of slide to that, second group coming off the bench. And
I like my guy, Sengun.
I didn't see Sengun.
Yeah, I think he has the opportunity to kind of like do some things. I think that's the reason they got rid of Christian Wood.
Okay.
In my opinion, he's a good young, like up and coming guy. Very talented, can do a little bit of everything. It was his rookie year. Played 72 games, 20 minutes
baby
a game.
Too. 19 years old.
Yeah, played kind of solid to be a rookie.
And can they keep it together? I know last year they had issues with Kevin Porter Jr. and him being disgruntled in his role and having kind of mental breakdowns and shit. So. I'm curious to see if this young man gonna grow up. You're in the NBA, you get an opportunity to establish a career, and hopefully he don't find a way to fuck it up. Because he had some issues in Cleveland, he had some issues at USC in college, and now he's brought some more issues to Houston. It's only gonna be so long before people just start telling you, man, you just ain't good enough to be giving us these headaches. So curious to see what this kid does with his career, but they definitely gonna be in 5th place regardless.
I can make an argument San Antonio gonna be sorry as fuck too, but
oh yeah, they're gonna be boxing. They're gonna be boxing for that spot. For sure. Yeah, they're gonna be boxing for that spot. So I just think
I want to apologize, man. My whole system went down. And
I was wondering. I was like, damn, you over there stuck? Where your face got down? I think you fell asleep on us, dog.
I did a Draymond Green on your ass.
I got narcolepsy. I got narcolepsy. Just fell asleep in the middle of a conversation.
I was talking the whole time. I was like, man, These
Oh,
motherfuckers
for
don't
real?
hear me. Yeah, I was like, yeah, they get fucked. No, let me get my
Oh,
camera back up.
but
Yeah.
damn, your face gonna still.
Your face still stuck.
See, I was looking at the other screen with the stats, and so I ain't even see the cameras. Your
I
face
had,
gonna be
I
looking
had
stuck
this.
for goddamn 10
Hey,
minutes.
hey, look, I had this shit on split screen, so I was trying not to look at that shit like, man, that motherfucker sleep, man.
So I ain't even see that shit.
Well, yeah, man. The bottom line is, man, Houston ain't hitting on much. You know, they're gonna be boxing with San Antonio for that fourth spot. I will say that I think maybe the coaching and the culture will get San Antonio into the fourth spot over Houston. San Antonio ain't got a lot to work with. You know, they really and truly don't, man. They got a lot of question marks on their roster as well in terms of what direction they're gonna go. Just letting go of DeJounte Murray. That's a
And
big
so
hit for them.
before we get straight into that, Fred, do you have anything to say in regards to Houston being the fifth place team in the Southwest?
Yeah.
As you see, I froze up. I'd have nothing else to say about that. I totally agree.
There we
All
go.
right, so with that being said, hey, go ahead. Let's go. Let's hop into. You was already speaking on it a little bit. San Antonio.
Yeah. Pull up. You got their roster up here. Yeah. So you look at their roster. It's like, whew. Right now, I think maybe Jacob Podol is their most important player. This is extremely odd. You know, I love him to death because he's a self-made guy. He really established himself as a starting center last year in the NBA, and a dude who's going to rebound the hell out the ball. He'll rebound the ball. He'll play that back line. He'll block a shot here and there. He can score in double figures. Obviously, his field goal percentage is through the roof because he plays a center position and he's, high percentage shots. I like that Jacob Podol has went and said, you know what, somebody gonna have to pay me. I don't know if it's gonna be the Spurs or somebody else in the league that needs a center, but I play
he
night in, night out. He play games. He's fairly dependable and he's productive. And he's probably their most important player, which really ain't a good thing for them. So they got a lot of questions to answer. Who did they draft this year? Oh my God. Pull that roster back up.
Oh, yeah. He's okay. Blake Wesley.
Never heard of him.
Never heard of him.
No, and I watch college basketball. I never heard of that kid.
Tommy Koos.
Nah. So they got Keldon Johnson still. No, I'm sorry. They drafted Keldon Johnson. Who's the other kid?
They got a kid from Baylor. Is he?
Nah.
No.
I don't remember that kid either.
Do
Rainbow
they
hair.
still have Vassell?
They still got Vassell.
So that's a piece I think they should be building around. He's a very good rookie last year. I was very impressed with his shoot percentage and his IQ. Very good basketball player.
Yeah, he can shoot the ball, put the ball on the floor. He's from here. He's from Georgia. He's from Peachtree Ridge High School. Yeah, I remember the kid. Yeah, Josh Primo, the kid they drafted out of Alabama the year before. I mean, they got just a lot of question marks on this roster that they're going to have to shore up. I mean, I could tell they're tanking. Yeah. They must be in the Victor Wembanyama sweepstakes with the direction they're going with this roster. Yeah, it's gonna be a tough road to toe. Them and Houston are gonna be the worst team in this division. Ain't even close.
So you giving Pop over the head because he's the coach over you?
Yeah, culture. Really culture.
Culture.
That's
the one thing about Houston that I am a little iffy about is their culture that they're getting up down there. I like players who are clean cut and want to, work. I don't know, all the players in Houston are like that, but I know in San Antonio, those guys are going to work. They're going to.
Oh, no doubt. No other way. No other way they're going to do business in San Antonio. And I'm curious to see how much longer Pop going to hang around.
And this is weird for San Antonio. Normally they consistently been good for about 20 years.
Easy. Yeah.
And they've been able to develop guys, and they made good GM decisions as far as drafting guys, late first round, some second round guys, getting some guys from overseas as far as Parker and Ginobili and all that good stuff. This is like kind of foreign land, seeing them not trying to compete.
I think San Antonio really went downhill when they traded Kawhi. When they traded him, it hasn't been the same since. And then they let DeRozan go. He goes to Chicago. He becomes a comeback player of the year, superstar stud, 25 point. So they have made some moves that are questionable, but that's the reason why they're losing and suck now, because of those questionable moves, getting rid of Kawhi and trading DeRozan.
Yeah, no doubt. You hit the nail on the head. And Victor Wembanyama is pretty damn good. So they're like, fuck it. We're going to see if we can just keep our name in the sweepstakes.
I think it gets a little bit more interesting here.
Here
I
we
think
go.
I have an idea.
Yeah.
But,
you know where I'm going with this. Basketball is the ultimate team sport. Well, next to football. I will say football. Shit, you got 22 people out there. But I got Luka Doncic and the Dallas Mavericks coming in third place in this division. Now, here's the reason. I love
coming in third
place in this division. All right.
Gotcha.
Now,
Luka just went to the conference finals now.
He had a great run. They had a great run last year.
So if he's third in this division, that means he's probably fifth or sixth, maybe in the play-in.
Matter of fact,
I don't know how that part's going to shake out.
They was first the year before. They was second the year before that.
But now, hold on. Let's be clear. Yeah. Let's be clear now. Let's not talk about old shit. Let's talk about right now. So, I feel like I want to get ahead of them, but New Orleans and Memphis, I think, are better than the Dallas Mavericks.
Team-wise, you're absolutely right.
And they just took a big hit with Jalen Brunson going to New York. So Luka's already an extremely ball-dominant guard. He's going to, establish the offense 99% of the time. There's going to be a lot of onus on him to just play at a superstar level and play. He has to play out of his mind in order for them to have a chance to win. All right, because the team that's surrounding him just really isn't good enough. His personnel on his team just isn't good enough to get it done night in, night out. All right,
I got a little joke where he's been playing out of his mind for almost 300 games.
Yeah. He's been playing out of his mind since he's been in the league.
We've been playing out of his mind for about 300 games now.
But I'm looking at the others that surround him. I'm looking at the others that surround him on this team, and I just don't see it happening. They had a great run last year. He played really well. But let's be clear. Jalen Brunson had a big role on that team getting to the conference finals. Let's not cut that short. Now, this year, you're gonna expect Maxi Kleber, Frank Nicotatila. They just fucking who else they got? Spencer Dinwiddie was a serviceable pickup if he's able to play more than 45 games this year. Reggie Bullock, Davis Bertans. I'm just looking at this roster, man.
And they did get Christian Woods, though.
Christian Woods solid, but he's another dude. Can you really depend on Christian Woods? Has Christian Woods ever won anything? Christian Wood was unhappy in Houston because he wasn't getting shots and not getting his number called, and he fucking walked out or whatever happened. What do you think will happen in Dallas? You think they're gonna be giving the ball to him in Dallas? They're gonna put it. He's gonna be screaming.
Situation, man. You got Evan Porter Jr. running around trying to take up all the shots, not putting in the work.
He had a lot of bums, and so
he got all mad. This dude,
he didn't know exactly where to get in line with Luka goddamn done and stuff on that.
I hope so.
Rebound.
Everybody,
but I hope
what position they play.
But he ain't going there to get more shots.
No,
he's coming there to set more goddamn screens. That's what he's coming there for. So I just don't think they have a strong enough supporting cast for them to capitalize off of last year's run, and that's why I got them coming in third.
I don't know what you want to go in, Fred.
You want to get them get them.
I mean,
I can handle it.
They got goddamn Luka Doncic.
That's
one guy. Talking about he has to play unbelievable. Well, it's not unbelievable for me to think he's going to play unbelievable. He's been playing he averaged 28, 9, and 9, shooting 46%. The boy can hoop. He's a generational fucking talent.
Yeah, not doubting that one bit. He's probably going to average more than
like this. He's on the same. He's doing shit LeBron wasn't doing.
He's on some LeBron shit.
No, but at the same age, LeBron, he's better than LeBron development-wise. So it's not hard for me to see that team that LeBron took, was it the 08 Cleveland, those sorry-ass bombs, and got swept by San Antonio? It's not hard for me to see Luka bring a sorry-ass team like that to the finals and getting swept.
And matter of fact,
it's not hard for me to see that at all.
And I know we're talking, I don't think none of these teams could beat Luka in a series, dog. You get motherfuckers in a 7-game series, the Bruns, the Lukas, some guys are just Giannis's. They just are very difficult to beat in the series. Luka's one of those guys right now. I don't think none of these teams could beat Luka in a 7-game series.
And as much as a dog he is on offense,
Okay.
He don't guard no goddamn
There
body.
you
Let's
go.
be completely clear about that shit.
You are
He is
absolutely
not in the
right.
same conversation as LeBron athletically or defensively. He
But
ain't doing that
mentally,
shit.
but
Mentally, yeah. Offensively, yeah. No, straight up. There's no question about it. But unfortunately, in basketball, he has to play defense and offense. He just don't get to play offense. And he is not leading them defensively any type of way. And he's the only guy. You know what I'm saying? And he's gonna have to really buy in to being a better defender, giving more effort, because really and truly, he's an Olay guy. Guys just blow past his ass left and right.
you are
And
absolutely right.
he's a big time complainer. Like, he's gonna have to really grow up and understand the ownership that comes with being a superstar. Because if
Not
he
a
doesn't,
superstar, but a legendary
a
superstar.
mega star, he
In
is
the
a
company.
mega. Yes, he's a mega star.
He's
Until he buy
worldwide.
into that, until he buys into that Kobe mentality, into that MJ mentality of fuck it, yeah, I'm the best player out here, and I'm gonna guard your ass like I'm the best player as well. That's when he'll take the next step. I love the kid. I love the kid's game, but it's a two-way game, and I just don't see that growth defensively yet. So I got them coming in third, like no doubt in my mind. They'll be the third place team in this division. And we'll see how it plays out in a series. Yeah, it's going to be hard to probably take Luka out, maybe depending upon the matchup. They play in Portland or some shit. But if they're playing a good team full of dogs, it's going to be tough. It's going to be real tough.
Man, that's
put it like
kind of
this, Rory.
surprising, dog.
That's
Because
very
I feel like
surprising.
I feel like New Orleans is cool, but we never really seen them put it
That's
together
it.
just yet. Zion be hurt, not hurt. You got Ingram, he's good, but it's still kind of like a little something missing. But he's good. Of course, I like McCollum. I like what New Orleans got going on. I don't like them better than Dallas, so that's shocking. But okay.
Damn. Yeah. So moving on.
When
My
it
bad.
comes
Go,
to
Q.
Luka, this is the year. It's going to prove to me what he's going to be. If he comes in the season in shape, not flabby and not playing into shape,
Thank you.
Day one, they're going to be top two in that division. But if he had to play himself, then by the end of the season, he'll be good to go. I
think he coming in. He just, he was just playing high competitive basketball against other,
He's been playing since he was 15. That doesn't matter.
Athletes. I mean, just a few weeks ago, he was playing for his country, though. He was playing for his country, though. He wasn't hooping like this last summer. So this summer, he was playing for his country. They just stopped playing like last week, like a couple of weeks ago.
And I promise you, he didn't had 2 or 3 cheeseburgers by now. And
All I'm saying is I think he got the potential to come in the best shape that he's ever came in right now. Just
and I want him
to high competitive basketball for his country. So I think he can probably come in the best shape we've ever seen him in. That's actually what I expect. Him and Joker. I think the Joker and Giannis. Everybody who was playing overseas, I think they all go come in great shape.
All right. So next, second place in this division, I got the Memphis Grizzlies.
Whoa.
Right.
Whoa.
Coming in second place. Yes. I'm here to shake it up.
Boy. I'm good.
Nah, I'm just calling it like I see it. I love this team. No, I really love this team. But last year, here we go. And let me get my reason. Let me get my reasons behind this. First thing is Ja Morant. How many games is Ja Morant gonna play? The way he plays and how athletic he is and as much pounding he does, he's susceptible to injury. All right. Jaren Jackson was an unbelievable disappointment last year. All right. He played awful. They gave that man the whole bag, and he had his worst season probably as a pro. They really paid him off potential instead of off production. For him to get that type of check he got and average 16 points and only 6 rebounds, shooting 31%, 41% from the field, but
that's hard.
31 from 3. He's jacking too many threes. Like, this kid has to prove to me that he is deserving of the check he got because he's not playing at an all-star level. Steven Adams is getting older in the tooth. He just got a check. I think he got 2 years, $25 million. Got a nice check. But he's getting older in the tooth. He's still good. How many games is he going to play? Let's see how many he played last year. So Ja played 50-something last year. Big fella, what did he play last year?
76.
Yeah, that's his best.
Oh, damn, he had a great year last year.
He historically played. He don't play when he hurt.
58, 63. Okay, yeah. So he's
out
there.
About Steven Adams. He don't really hoop.
He's out there. And then, of course, Bane, he came out of nowhere in ball form as a solid other. Dylan Brooks came out of nowhere, I think, as a second-round pick and really established himself as their starting 2-3 man.
But
I think
he's been playing good. He's been a good pickup for them. I like him a lot.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
I actually think Dylan Brooks need to take a step back, and they need to let Bane pick up a little bit more of that slack. Bane need to be the second guy.
Brooks?
Yeah. Bane just a little more solid. Like
He's more
efficient.
Brooks. He's more efficient.
Yeah.
Brooks gonna let that shit rip.
Brooks is more of a playmaker.
Brooks try to do too damn much.
Yeah, he be trying to
or you can say that.
Yeah, he be trying to do too damn much.
He kind of like a little Julius Randle-ish.
Yeah,
30%. Don't give my boy that. Don't
look at that.
Do him don't give him no JR shit now.
He ain't better than he ain't Julius Randle. 30% from three, 43% from the field. Doesn't really rebound, doesn't really assist. I mean, he's got to step his game up. He's got to really step his game up.
So you got Memphis number 2.
Yeah.
And you didn't. The reason you said because of Morant might be injured.
Well, no. I'm saying their supporting cast isn't that strong. Jaren Jackson.
You said their supporting cast is not that strong.
No, not in comparison to New Orleans. I think New Orleans has more pieces. They have more complete pieces in comparison to Memphis. All right, so let's go straight to them. Let's go straight to my squad. Let's go to New Orleans. All right. So
I like New Orleans too.
But I love New Orleans.
I love think they're better than
Memphis.
Dallas or Memphis, the teams that have been.
What Memphis played last year.
They have better players.
Who's the best player? Who's the best player on Memphis' team? Obviously, John Morant. Who's the best player? Who's the best player on New Orleans' team? Brandon Ingram. Okay. Who's the second best player on? Who's the second best player on Memphis?
CJ McCollum.
Who's the second best player on Memphis?
Desmond Bane.
All right, now, okay. So who's better, CJ McCollum or Desmond Bane?
Yeah. I would historically go with.
Don't start on.
I would historically go with CJ.
I'm going with Bane.
But
Bane is a better player than CJ McCollum, day in, day out.
No,
I'm just looking at right now.
Matter of fact, I can't even bullshit.
Yeah, right
CJ
now
is a real hooper.
Pull up CJ's numbers.
Yeah,
pull up
CJ right now. Yes,
yes. No, for like his whole career, he's been a baller.
No, he'll hoop. He'll hoop.
He's a real hooper. Yeah, and he's gotten better. Look at his numbers last year.
And he's a playmaker.
Yes, he's gonna have the ball in his hands more this year. Like he's gonna be more at the point position versus being off ball. All right, now who's the third best player on? So we're in this debate here. Who's the third best player on Memphis?
Probably Jaren Jackson or
Dylan
Brooks.
You got 3 or 4 players who can fit that.
Who's the third best player for New Orleans?
Oh boy, Zion.
Yeah,
right now he should be the best. I'm just saying the number of games.
Yeah. No, I'm saying I think Zion's gonna play. Well, we'll get to the Zion game debate. We might as well say it now since you threw it out there. I think he's gonna play 60 to 65.
New Orleans is very top heavy. They are.
Yeah,
they are. They top 3 is solid as fuck. Actually.
No, and they got their top 3 is extremely solid. Now, hold on. We're not done. What about their others? Let's talk about some others.
They got a young boy I like.
Oh man, I love the kid from
that boy from.
They got 2 young boys I really like. So Jackson Hayes at the 5 position, the athletic shot blocker. I think he's going to materialize. He should be vying for the starting job at that 5 position. And then the versatile wingman that can defend any damn body, the kid from Alabama, Herbert Jones.
Yeah.
Herbert Jones.
He's gonna be I think he can make a nice little leap. Like he should be their 4th best guy, dog.
Yes,
he is the 4th best guy right now. When it comes,
he's their best defender right now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I would put him at the 4th best guy. He's their best defender 1-on-1 right now.
Yeah.
He shows that in the playoffs. He is not scared. Love kids with heart like that.
Extremely athletic, can guard damn near any position out except the 5 position. So I like those 2 others from an athleticism and defensive standpoint with Herbert and Jackson Hayes. The kid Trey Murphy, he balled out for them a little bit in spurts too. Another other who got called up.
He's going to have to improve this year though. They had a lot. They had a lot on him, but he I guess he was a rookie. So
in small spurts he balled out. Yeah. And let's not forget about Larry Nance, who's a great defender, great athlete as well. So I just think that New Orleans has more pieces, man for man, down the line in comparison to Memphis. Memphis is but these are 2 really good teams, though. These are going to be 2 of the best teams in the Western Conference, in my opinion. So it's not like you're talking about, really good team to a sorry ass team. No. They're going to be fighting for that 1 spot. But I just think New Orleans, if healthy, New Orleans has more weapons that are defensive weapons as well as offensive weapons. So that's the difference between these teams in this division, in my opinion.
And
so
Willie
you
Green
think
is a good coach too.
Yes, I love Willie Green's
He's a good
style.
coach.
I love the buy-in from his
so
group.
the last time they came in first in that division was in 07, 08. I'm positive that's a Chris Paul team. Without even looking, boom, Chris Paul. I'm positive that's the Chris Paul team.
Yeah.
And they haven't done it since.
Nope.
And you think they're going to do it this year?
This year.
With a guy who's we've barely, we know he's good with Zion. Barely kind of seen him. Woof.
Pull up Zion's numbers because we're doing stats.
He's on some historic shit too.
He just
got all
got
his
play.
history.
He just doesn't play.
All his goddamn history. Yeah, pull up some history.
He's
a bad motherfucker when he healthy.
Play.
Oh, stats.
He should.
When
be
he
the best
plays
guy.
ball,
Yeah,
when he plays ball, you ain't got to run no plays for this dude, man. This dude is doing this shit off sheer athleticism and grit. That's it.
And rim runs.
That's it.
I like Zion, man.
And just outworking your ass.
He's another guy who needs to grow up too and be professional. Stop eating all that damn
what's that shit called? Fritters, conch, and goddamn beignets.
Beignets and shit in New Orleans. He need to chill out on that. He's gonna be looking like me pretty soon.
Mm-hmm. He
I
need to grow up.
That's like, man, to have them over Memphis was just taking Golden State.
But I don't have them over Memphis though. That's
Luka just ended Chris Paul situation. You know what I'm saying? Like you got them. Like you think very, very highly of them, dog.
I think very high. I love what I saw from them in the playoffs. Minus Zion,
playoffs.
Like
Rory.
I'm
this
sorry.
Is regular season, man.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
You know the season's on.
I really love what I saw from this group, and I just think
the
star players combined with their role players is
a
deadly combination. Is a really deadly combination.
Losing, dog.
And they got one of my favorite players too, man. One of my favorite others on New Orleans too, Alvarez. I love that.
Yeah. I like
Georgia Tech.
That's Georgia Tech right there, man.
It's my guy. Muscle man.
You talk about somebody who gets fights every game because he's a pest. He get your shit. I love it. Everybody want to fight him. He's like a Beverly.
Georgia Tech kid.
Alvarado.
He carved a little niche for himself. Carved a real niche for himself, man. So I really like this collection. I think their front office has done a great job making moves, bringing in the right pieces. The Brandon Ingram move was humongous, and you see that. Of course, with Zion, what he's been able to do. I mean, their front office is hitting home runs, man. So I'm excited to see what they do this year.
They got rid of Davis and got Brandon Ingram.
Mm-hmm. Great deal.
I'll make that trade any goddamn day.
Any day.
David, his hurt ass. So that was a great move. CJ McCollum,
huge.
Another great move. See, that's how when you're a small market team, Atlanta Hawks, that's how you go out and get somebody. You make moves like that when you small.
Aggressive moves.
You go aggressive and you give up picks. You can't always rely on draft picks. But I'm not trying to be mad at my Hawks. I'm just saying New Orleans, they do a great job. I'm piggybacking off of you, Rios.
Who's it? David Griffin. Their GM Griffin used to be with Cleveland, right? Yeah. Kudos to that dude, man. He built that thing up the right way, dog.
Man, they were like borderline. Are we going to be here? Are we going to sell and move to a different city?
Mm-hmm.
So,
real question marks.
And they built it up with Zion, and like if he can play, man, might be another little Chicago type of situation. I mean, a franchise being built up off of one player for years to come.
I don't get caught up in just the stats. You know what I'm saying? I get caught up in dudes that defend. I get caught up in others that contribute. And I get caught up in versatility from your go-to guys. And that's what New Orleans brings to the table. Brandon Ingram is a scorer, but he can create for others as well. He can knock down the long ball. I hate to go back on them again. I love CJ.
They still have Valanciunas, the center.
Yeah, they still got him.
Wait, they still got? Oh shit! I forgot about the big Russian.
Yeah, I like them because they got a solid starting lineup, dog.
I knew I was missing somebody. Then they got Valanciunas. He's a fucking killer.
They got he's solid. Then you got Herbert Jones. Then the other top three that we talked about. And so
that's why I'm picking this group. How I forget about my guy? Yes,
over
man.
Dallas and
yes.
I can see over Dallas, but over Memphis. Just from what they did last year, I can't disrespect Memphis like that. I think they're going to be better.
No, all I'm saying is if I have to look at potential, I'm looking at a team with a young guy that is actually doing it versus a team who I ain't never seen y'all do it. I agreed with the sentiment that they got a lot of young guys, a lot of young talented guys, but I haven't seen them put it together. I'm seeing Luka do this shit, nigga.
Yeah.
I've actually seen Luka doing it. You see what I'm saying? I don't gotta guess. I ain't gotta, you know what I'm saying? The nigga is actually performing in the playoffs. He got one of the best averages ever in the playoffs, like his playoff numbers. Sometimes it's like, yeah, I like defense and all that. I don't need no defense when the nigga is giving you 33, 9, and 9 in the playoffs. I don't need no defense, nigga. I only need defense if you Herbert Jones and you giving me 9 points. Yeah, I'm gonna rely on you for defense. You know what I'm saying? But, so, that's all. Like, we are actually seeing this guy. Damn,
So
that's like
you're saying that I think Luka's gonna have a great statistical year, and he's gonna carry his
have it.
And his team is gonna be go in the direction whichever he goes, whatever he does is where the team goes. Dallas is not a better team than New Orleans. Bottom fucking line. I think
New Orleans hasn't had a winning record, and
that's where that. But
I'm going off this year's roster. I'm going off this year's roster.
Rios. What he's saying is Luka is making up like 3 All-Stars. You understand?
Yeah,
like
Luka wins, dog. Look,
that dude.
Look. We can probably look at their record and tell when they got Luka.
Nobody's knocking. Nobody's not.
You can
nobody's
look at
knocking
it. It's
Luka.
noticeable. It's not a guessing game. They was second. They was first and second. And so if I got to play the guessing game where like, I got to think this team gonna put it together, I'm going to give it to the team with a younger guy who's a superstar who I've seen him lift the team. I've seen you do it. You've been in the playoffs 3 years in a row. I didn't see you perform.
Luka's going to have an amazing year.
Luka going to see this Rios and be like, oh, everybody talking down when they up and come out and be the MVP.
Yeah, this guy, dog. This guy.
He has something special about him, man.
He does.
A lot of times I really go with team basketball and all that, but it's some guys, dog, that just, Jay, Brun, Giannis is one of those guys. Y'all can probably name a few others where they just so really he just need to play more games. If Luka fuck around and play 70-something games,
he's still gonna be in third place. Shit, he's gonna be honest. He's gonna be all NBA. He's gonna be an MVP candidate. That's good and dandy.
Not in third place.
He's gonna be in the third place in that division.
Not in third place. He won't be none of that. He would be all the other shit.
And if New Orleans happens to play Dallas in a 7-game series, Dallas is going to lose that series. They are not a better team.
Why?
They're not a better team.
But Luka
on
beat
paper,
last year.
That's last year minus Zion. So this is fast forward to, let's not get caught up in last year. We're talking about the 22-23 season, correct? So for the 22-23 season, New Orleans has a better team.
Okay.
That's just my opinion. Maybe y'all differ. Maybe Luka's going to beat them by his damn self. This has happened before. Maybe it happened. But I'm saying on paper that New Orleans is better than the Dallas Mavericks today, right now. Today, right now, they're better than them.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. Today, right now, before the fucking season starts, they are better on paper. You're right.
I mean, they was better.
That's why we got to play
on
the games.
paper. They pretty much they didn't really make no major moves in the offseason. So let's say after the All-Star break, they was better on paper. On paper, they roster had Zion and they had CJ McCollum. They was better on paper.
Zion wasn't on the roster last year. Come on now. Zion didn't even play one game.
His name was on the roster. We talking.
You know what I'm saying. Come on. Let's not start with the bullshit.
On paper.
Let's not start with the bullshit. You know who's going to actually play in the games.
Yeah. I'm going to go with the guy I've seen actually play. Luka.
All right. Cool. You're entitled to your opinion.
Man, okay.
That was very interesting, though. I mean, I didn't think Dallas would be.
I'm buying stock in the Hornet. I mean, in the Pelicans.
Are they? That means Dallas is not a top 6 team.
Maybe.
I mean,
they're not.
Yeah, I mean,
they didn't play yet.
Yeah,
maybe.
Damn, dog, you got.
When they the playing last year, shit, you acting like they won the motherfucking West.
They
almost
did. No,
they had a good run to play. They had a good run in the playoffs.
They almost won the West. They lost to the champs.
They had a good run in the playoffs.
They was y'all was getting on me so hard. Hey Fred, y'all was getting me on me so hard
said, what do I
about
call
second round guys. Well, once you get past the second round, every year it's
I'm
26
not
teams
arguing
that
that.
don't make it to the second round. Every
I'm
year it's
not
26
arguing
teams. Luka actually got past that barrier. Trey got past that barrier too. You referenced a little bit earlier, but Luka actually got past that barrier, and that's his most recent performance. His most recent shit. He just did this shit a few months ago. So
You guys
I
in the
don't
Western
really
Conference
even
Finals.
remember what New Orleans did. What they do last year in the playoffs?
They lost to Dallas.
They lost to Dallas.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
Yeah, they did last year. They did.
But yeah. Okay. Nah. Just real quick, I'm gonna run down mine.
You said New Orleans is winning the division, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. This is, remember this. Remember, we got to come back and
We
visit.
filming this shit. Yeah,
I know.
we're gonna remember it.
We're gonna come back and visit this.
We might lose some
All-Star
credibility
break.
off this shit.
Or we gonna gain some, motherfucker. Or we gonna gain some. Shit.
All right. I think I
knowledge,
got
man.
I got
I
San
hear you.
Antonio as the worst team. I got Houston. I got New Orleans. I got Memphis, then Dallas.
I got Dallas and Memphis.
Oh, okay.
I think Memphis is still going to win that. I just think they have the best team. They had the best team last year, and probably the best player. I mean, I know you love Luka, but Ja was really doing some shit.
Yeah, they didn't have the best player, but yeah.
But he really was doing some shit. Well, what do you call it though? The best player on the best team? I mean,
everybody knows Luka's the fucking best guy. Like, come on now.
Everybody know LeBron is the best guy, but is he better than Giannis right now?
No, not right now. No.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
And that's exactly how Ja Morant isn't better than Luka. Yeah. Anything y'all got anything else to say? I'm shocked. Okay. All right.
We're gonna revisit this goddamn episode. I know that though.
Yeah,
we get that in this motherfucking season. What?
My man put up his rankings for the Southwest. He has Houston, San Antonio, Dallas, Memphis, and New Orleans. The top three teams obviously have great skilled guys. If Zion actually plays, you can make an argument that he's probably one of the best young raw prospects damn near since Bron.
Yeah.
And so he's up there.
Well, how can you say that? Now that you just talking about Luka for 30 minutes.
No. I mean, I say if he plays. I clearly think it's Luka now. Don't get me wrong. I ain't going back on what I said. I just now if he play as many games as Luka, then now you got a competition. But shit, I'm gonna take Luka all day, every day right now, dog. That's easy. Okay. I'm taking Luka damn near almost every motherfucker in the league.
All that shit I said, hold on now. All that shit I said was contingent upon a healthy Pelicans roster. All right, so don't misconstrue that shit.